Work that pussy, work that pussy, work that. You're a motherfucking superstar. Work that pussy. And it's incredible.
Well, what a treat. Joining me in the garden for a bit of pottering this week is my dear friend, Sara Cox. Sarah.
Hello. Look at your lovely garden. It's so beautiful.
I realised I didn't really ask you a question, and that's a very bad on my part, especially with somebody who's so good at interviews and hosting, to just be like, say their name and expect them to go,
Take
Sarah,
it away.
and now you'll take over. Okay, bye.
I was like,
Thank you for joining me in the garden, I should say.
Yeah,
And,
although it is weird being interviewed. I'm much more comfortable when I'm interviewing people, when I'm in charge of things.
Sure.
I think I'm just a control freak.
But you're such a wonderful interviewer because you are so natural with people, you're always so calm, you're always just very, not like me, shouty and try hard.
I never think of you as shouty. Not on this pod, anyway. This is like very serene, Tom, isn't it? It's nice.
Bless you for saying that. This is what I'm trying to like lean into, as the young people say, lean into. Being a bit more serene and calm and hoping that, people at home enjoy the serenity of it and just being in the garden.
I went to sleep with you and Phil Wang last night.
Please don't tell people that. That'll be,
there's
that'll
your
be one of those
clip.
clickbaits on the Sunday Express.
Like, what's going on here? That wasn't on my bingo
confession.
card.
Yes.
I had a little listen, because I do get a really busy brain at night. So I was like, I'm just going to have a little listen. And it's actually so lovely listening to you both just chat away. Popped you in my left ear and just...
That's the thing, when I try and listen to podcasts at night, I have to put an earphone in, and then I sometimes turn over in the night and I'm like, why is my ear in so much pain? It's because I'm leaning then on an earphone.
Well, I do a similar thing. I've recently got I don't actually like the eye masks because they do make me feel like I'm in a kidnap situation.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a bit like get in the van.
Yeah. And it's got little speakers built into it, Bluetooth speakers.
Oh,
so
that sounds lovely.
It's a silky eye mask at the ear area, little speakers. So you connect it to your phone and then you can listen to, and you've not got anything in your ears.
You need to start selling those, Sarah. That's a great idea. I'd buy that from you.
It's good. Well, it's already been done. I've bought one. They're very nice. But it's nice just to snooze off. I hope that like I'll wake up a bit, like I'll have taken in some of the knowledge.
Oh, it's lovely that you think this is full of knowledge. But the
yes.
I don't know
what I learned from you and Phil last night.
I used to do that with Radio 4, actually.
Yes,
and then,
in our time.
But then the news comes on in the morning and you wake up really stressed because you're like, oh my God, the price of grain.
No.
They have Farmers Today, don't they?
Farm
Today?
I used to listen to that sometimes. And I'd be going in... when I was going in doing cover for the Radio 2 breakfast show, and then... We've
skirted around the area, and now I'm glad we're moving into the area where we talk about how exciting it is. You're going to be taking over the BBC Radio 2 breakfast show.
Yes.
You're going to be fabulous.
It's my dream job. I've wanted it for ages. I wanted it, for a long time, but I had 7 years on tea time.
Yeah.
Which actually I think was really good for my... Confidence sounds a bit weird. I guess I just really built such a strong bond with the listeners in those 7 years that it's just been a real boost. And I've really, I think as a broadcaster, when you're at Radio 2, you really want to find your feet, like with the Radio 2 audience. And I feel like we're like proper crew.
Oh my
now.
goodness, people love it. But as well, you're so good at, connecting with people. And actually, the first time I listened to you properly was when I was on tour with Sarah Millican, along with Eamon here. Makes go. There's the Eamon bell.
Is that the bell Eamon rings
every time he gets a mention? Yes, sends me an invoice. That's the reminder. And we would be travelling back from shows, and Sarah would always say, "Oh, we can listen to Sara Cox on the way home. It's such a lovely treat." And so we would, and it was always so lovely. And but you're so calm with people in a lovely way that's still energized, but really connects with everyone.
It's such I remember because did you message or did Sarah get a message through? I remember definitely reading out messages to you guys.
Obsessively messaging every night.
The shout out's great. I used to message Annie Nightingale, the lovely late great Annie Nightingale, and get shout outs from her when I was on the way back from the club, obviously a long time ago. But I remember we would get messages like it was the perfect time for comedians because it was the 10 till midnight slot that I was doing then.
That was lovely.
Is that the police?
That's the police coming, though.
Has anyone stolen the bell?
Yeah.
They're coming to investigate where the bell went.
They are very, very on it around here.
But no, I mean, radio's just it's such a personal, brilliant way of communicating with people. And,
oh my goodness, yeah.
You know, I feel like, you know, I feel like it's a bit of a full circle moment because I did the Radio 1 breakfast show.
Yeah, of course.
And a picture popped up on my socials of, you know, there's that account Brick Cult, and it's pretty good. It's always got great pictures like Liam Gallagher.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. And it's a picture of me broadcasting in Ibiza in a bikini, doing the Radio 1 breakfast show in a bikini. So I did make it clear to Radio 2 listeners that won't be happening. Nobody needs to, I mean, maybe at a push a tankini and a bit of Vaseline on the lens. But there definitely will not be in a bikini.
Not in Ibiza now.
But, yeah,
no.
not in
maybe,
Ibiza.
maybe on a nice river cruise.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, so it's like quarter of a century later. To be doing Radio 2 is amazing.
But it's interesting as well, you say, which is a testament to your wonderful attitude, is like you talk about building confidence. Because I think for a lot of people, it's assumed that once you're working in an area, you are immediately very confident. I think like anybody has natural ups and downs. Like whenever I've done anything, and I've done a little bit of radio and I've really, really enjoyed it. But, you know, it is such a skill. And I remember being like, having to remember to like, you know, communicate with people, something that seems so effortless to you when we listen to you, but like,
thank you.
Like that kind of like natural conversation that just feels so like you're talking to a friend, a lovely friend that you want to have in your life.
I think I'm really, I really feed off the people that are around me. Like I've got loads of rules in the studio.
Oh, really? Oh, that's sensible.
I wouldn't say tyrant. Like I'm not a tyrant in the studio. But when I start working with people, I have to fill them in on what I need from them.
Yeah, of course.
Because a sort of studio environment is like, it's a performance space, really.
Of course.
And for me to be at my best, I'm essentially showing off. But I'm quite a shy person. Yeah. So I've got to feel really comfortable to be able to be silly and knob about.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I've got to just. So it's just there's rules like when my mic's open and the red light's on. Like people have got to, who are opposite me, a producer and assistant producer, they've got to look at me as I'm doing the link.
Right.
Because the minute they look and they're doing work, I mean, hopefully, I don't think they're on eBay.
Well,
who knows?
They might know, just be. I have seen a lot of.
Might be listening to the competition. They might just be. Who knows?
They're listening to Radio 4.
And so, yeah, you know, I'm kind of like, I need you to look, because immediately, if you're doing an email or doing something, I'll think, oh my God, I'm not making sense. I'm boring. This, like, you know, like you would if you were talking to me now and I just started scrolling on my phone.
I would probably.
That kind of thing. To be rude.
But I have done some radio things where people would sometimes do that, or they'd be like, or they would just sort of, I'd be trying to be funny and their face would just go,
yeah,
and I'd be like, oh no, what am I saying?
I worked with a really lovely chap, and I won't say his name, but actually we did joke about it, because I'd be like, watch your face, because he had a face that was like constantly panicked, like there was a small fire behind me and he didn't want to mention it. He was just like, and I'd always think, oh my God, have I just said the worst swear word or something and not realised? He's looking completely panicked. And also, if people are sort of doing stuff while you're doing a link, it's a bit like you're broadcasting live from like an accountant's office.
Yes.
You know, it's like I've just popped here with a mic. You carry on with, you know, you've got to do
whatever you're doing.
Invoicing. Yeah, and I'll just do a show here. So yeah, there's not many rules, but one is definitely, you know, I definitely need people to be engaged and to be. I'm like, just smile at me like someone spiked your tea. You know what I mean? You're having the best time. Yeah,
that's great too. But that's so good to say to people, because sometimes I haven't said that to people.
Yeah.
And of course we all have our insecurities. And like as a stand-up, like people assume you're very confident, but actually I always say you're sort of confidently insecure. Like you can somehow be loud about it, but you're still insecure, because I think anyway, if you walk out as a stand-up and like, I am in charge of everything, I've got my life sorted, people will be like, all right. They want you to go like, oh, I had this terrible experience, or I had this silly thing, or this inner critic says that, and then people kind of go, oh, we like it.
But it's interesting. I don't know, with being a stand-up and the whole thing, which I sometimes think of, if I've got to go on and host some little awards or something, I always think about if you look like you're nervous, then the audience get nervous for you.
Yes.
And it's really uncomfortable for the audience. And I watched you at the TV Awards quite recently when you were hosting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you were brilliant because you were quite feisty, but it was kind of good because there was loads of people in the room who, as we all know, they'll get bang on the wine, they'll ignore what's happening on stage.
Yes.
And I just thought you went up there with a bit of a sort of like, come on kind of attitude. And I thought it was brilliant. I thought you did a great job.
Thank you for saying that.
But you know what I mean? You've got to sort of sometimes give off that.
Well, yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Of like, fake it till you make it, or like sometimes it's just a case of, like, they do mirror you. So you do want to, and sometimes the hardest thing is to go, I'm having a good time up here, so you'll come with me.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I'm feeling a bit anxious or I'm feeling a bit worried or somebody sort of said, you got to do this and don't forget that, and I'm a bit overwhelmed, I've got to push that, like something that's the job, is to push all those voices out of my head and go, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And then if one does that, then I find most of the time audiences come with you.
Yeah, they'll go with. Do you have like music that you listen to before going on stage?
When I'm on tour, I choose like the playlist for the audience, which is playing in the dressing room.
Okay,
which
nice.
sort of builds. So I sort of like to think of myself as a bit of a DJ, actually. So,
what's your go-to floor filler, Tom? This is a spin-off pod here. It's Tom's tunes.
Tom's tunes. Maybe that is. We wouldn't buy the license to any of the music. It would just be a list that comes up at the side.
Just a little list. Possibly you humming the chorus, and that'd be it.
Allowed like 4 bars that you're allowed to do. I think the last show I built up to Rufus Wainwright.
Oh.
Yeah, Beautiful Child.
Wow.
If you know. So I started
quite
slow
different
and
on the way to like. There's been a couple of meetings recently that have been quite like exciting.
Yeah.
And on the way, and whenever I feel like I'm going to be a bit nervous, and before I do telly stuff, but I have to be careful in case that people are listening out. So, when I did Between the Covers, it's a lovely book show.
Yeah, love that.
Well, I'd be playing in my dressing room, Tayana Taylor's Work That Pussy, Work That Pussy, Work That, You're a motherfucking superstar, Work That Pussy. And it's incredible. And I played it like strutting like through like W1 in London, going to meetings, and I'm like, Work That Pussy. And I get there, I'm like, hi, how are you? Yeah. And it's the best tune ever. So that would be, my big recommendation.
Sometimes I listen to Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again.
I don't know if that's a positive.
Yeah, I know.
Oops, I did it again.
She says it in a positive way. Oops.
But I did this thing with someone the other day. I was really nervous, and it was on camera, and I was trying to reassure them, because there's also like there'll be people listening now who, the people who've got jobs, who'll be like, they'll be responsible for so much more than we are. And so when this person was nervous, I was like, look, what we're doing, it's just a bit of telly fun. Nobody's going to die. If we were like brain surgeons, that's quite nerve-wracking. But then I was like, hopefully no one's going to die. I mean, a big lighting rig doesn't fall on their head.
That was the day someone died, wasn't it?
Yeah, and ironically. So, it's good to also keep it all in perspective that what we basically do is get to just sort of show off and have a bit of fun. Get a bit of fuss for it.
And get a bit of fuss, that's such a bit of fuss. Just a bit of, that's a great way to be, really. And I think sometimes the voices can become louder, that kind of distract from that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have lots of like inner critics going like, what are you doing? You're not as good as blah blah. Oh, such and such will do this so much better. And everybody I spoke to who does similar things to us, they all have a version of that.
The internal monologue is it's really difficult to drown out.
And somebody described it as like a guest. They've got guests in. It's like unwelcome guests. But,
That's why every room, I drive my husband mad every room I walk into. I'm like, Alexa, play Radio 2, or Alexa, play Radio 5 Live. Yeah. I'm constantly listening to stuff or constantly listening to podcasts. So
good,
I can't have quiet around the house because that's when the voices come in.
This is exactly what I find. And so, that is exactly what I find. And when people are like, just spend time, meditation would be really good for you, Tom. And I'm like 5 seconds of meditation. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to listen.
Although I've got quite good at a little meditation app that I do. If I've done one job in the morning, like I do a podcast with my best friend Claire called Teen Commandments, and I love it. And we record sometimes we'll do a big record in the morning, and then I'll have like an hour or so at home, and then go off to do the radio. And I really need to reset my brain, so I've got quite good at doing a little meditation.
So it works.
20 minutes, a quick headspace, and it really helps to just. And I can feel me because I start doing a sort of noise, and I'm like, I'm going under.
That's what I always. So it's it's okay if you do feel a bit drowsy with it, because I just think oh, I'm just falling asleep.
Yeah, that's what I want, because I'll often nap in the car as well.
Not when you're driving.
But no, usually not definitely not when I'm driving. But when I'm parked up quite near to the BBC, and I'm always worried someone's going to come and snap a little picture on their phone of me dribbling, reclined in the driver's seat, and just having a quick 20 minutes before going in to do the show.
I just think it was an Uber driver just having a little break.
Very glamorous.
Very glamorous. It's all done up.
She's made a duvet out of a hoodie. Like that.
But I think people would love you more for that. It's very, very human to be like that. Very relatable, and that's the thing about you and me. I'm very relatable. I always say to people, the way I live in this Georgian house, it's very relatable to people.
We were laughing the other day because, the funniest look on a man is a T-shirt and no pants and socks.
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. And then the other day, my husband, he did have pants on, but he also had his Crocs on. And I was like, wow, this is the pants and Crocs thing. And me and him are just bumbling past each other into the bathroom in our Crocs and pants. And I was like, and it made me think of Abby Clancy. She's never done a wee in front of Peter Crouch.
Is that right?
Yeah, to keep the mystery alive. And I just thought of her in that moment as I went to do like a poo in my Crocs. Going, get out, can I just use the loo, please, in my Crocs, and all my fringe clipped to one side, and he's in his Crocs and pants.
That's what you dream of, though. It's what romance is built on.
Like I'm no Abby Clancy, but we're happy.
But that's the thing, you're happy, and you're relatable, and that's more important as well. So don't disregard it, is my advice. No, but I'm so excited about the new radio show, and I think it's going to be so brilliant, and I'm very excited to be waking up to it. I think it's going to be a really lovely...
We'll get you on a guest at some point. At some point you'll have some, a job. Sometimes you'll have a job.
Sometimes I imagine you'll have something you want to flog. So
it'd be nice to welcoming you in. Yeah, I'm really buzzing about it, actually. It's really weird because recently people have, obviously in the last few days and since it's been announced, people are like, oh, congratulations. I only knew a week ahead of the announcement.
Oh, so...
So I feel now like I'm like onto the way my brain is. I'm now like, right, okay, just planning like team and features and what we're going to do with it. And I'm really excited to get really stuck into it. But like the week of keeping the new Terry. The week of keeping it a secret was really hard. So I'm not good with big secrets, and I am not a good fibber at all.
No, and people say like, "Have you been?"
Yeah. Like, and then looking, Mark Goodyear. I mean, he could work for like the MI5. You wouldn't
say
think
MI5
it.
there, weren't you?
Yeah, MI5.
You could work for that furniture shop that closed in the 90s.
or Rumbelows. I don't know. Do you remember Rumbelows?
Yeah, of course. Rumbelows.
Yeah, he was like, it'd be interesting to see what they do with breakfast. And I was like, yes, it will be, won't it, Mark Goodyear? And I was like, he knows. I'm like, this is hell. I can't fib anymore. And all throughout my tea time show with my team, I wouldn't nearly be saying it, but I'd be like, oh, this would work on breakfast, or we could do this on breakfast. And I was like, no, nobody knows. So it was amazing that we managed to do like the nice little announcement and stuff.
I think everybody's so thrilled for you. And, everybody's been loving everything you do, and it's a natural way for it to progress.
There was... Zoe did it and did a great job. And at the time, because I used to fill in on breakfast, when Zoe got it, people like, there was loads of stuff in the paper. Do you remember? There was a big thing in the paper. It was me and, saying I was going to get it and Zoe was going to get it and all that. Zoe obviously got it, did a great job. But I got tea time, and I think it was like it was kind of meant to be, because now, 7 years later, my son's off to uni. My big girl's already at uni. And my little girl, she's starting her A-level. So I'm just going to have one child at home who, that's when you mention your one child at home.
Yeah.
Belle.
One child at home, Belle.
Dawn, the tragedy. Dawn.
The passing of time.
So, yeah.
Oh, no, it is. Oh, yes, it will be the...
Oh, God.
Yes.
So nobody needs me as much as they did 7 years ago.
I mean, I'm sure they still need you, but it'll be
in different ways,
in a different way, and that's perfect timing. Because as well, of course, there are the hours to consider that you have to be up. What is it, 4 o'clock in the morning to get there?
Not that early, actually, but Although I have to
sleep
watch.
in your car outside.
Yeah, well, I have to be. I messaged Greg James the other day, and I was like, I've forgotten the only tedious thing about doing breakfast is people asking what time do you get up, and he was like, yeah. People are obsessed. He says, I've still not got a good answer for it. Because I remember when I was doing the Radio 1 breakfast show, I was going to get a T-shirt that said, like, I go to bed at this time, I get up at this time. Which is perhaps a bit chippy of me. I mean, people are just making conversation.
Yeah, they just want to be a friend. But
and at the moment, like I nearly did to you then, when people are saying what time you get up, I get quite shrill. And I go, well, actually, it's only 45 minutes earlier than I'll be getting up anyway. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm not even starting the job yet. I can't be so defensive.
About it, just asking her about
Relax,
the show.
Love. Yeah, exactly. So I need to be, because whatever you say, people go, oh, and then you're like, yeah, but it's a good job.
But it's like as a stand-up when people go like, how do you deal with hecklers?
Yeah.
How do you get started in stand-up? And
yeah.
Again, there's no good answer. Like, I mean, how did I get started? I just talked a lot.
Yeah.
How do you deal with hecklers? I tell them, please
but
be quiet.
How do you do? Yeah, don't do.
Well, the thing is, people don't really heckle in the way that I think they assume they did back in, like, maybe in the 70s. People were like, get off your shit.
Yeah.
If you're doing a tour show,
they've come to see you.
So if they shout that out, it's like, why are you here?
You bought the tickets. You came on the train and you made an
evening of it. Booked Pizza Express. Got a babysitter. It was all. They've got organised. And if they would say that, you'd just be like, I don't know. I'm sorry you feel like that way.
Did you ever do the circuit where they're like gong shows and sort of the late night scary ones?
I did some of the late night scary ones for a time. Yeah, I mean, but again, it's a bit like we're saying about the awards show the other day. If you go up there and go like, look, I'm here to have a good time. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
then
fine.
If people are going to be like, no, then you go, well,
fine.
that's on you. That's a bit chipper of me, isn't it? A bit angry.
Right.
Yeah, and I said to them, right, well, go fuck yourself, actually.
Getting so much anger out. It feels great.
Horrible person I am. Come to the garden, it's so serene. It's a nice serene. And this arsehole said to me. But I've got so many things I want to talk to you about because
yes, go on.
So the radio show.
So it's going to be great because we don't have guests on tea time, so I will have all of Hollywood will come knocking.
And they do as well.
Yeah, they really do.
Oh my goodness!
So all I've got to remember is just to still be me, not to because when people turn up with an entourage.
Oh yes.
With makeup and publicists and the people from the film company, and you can get a little bit sort of the entourage fear.
But just have your rules because people want it to be on your terms because they love you.
Yeah.
So don't say to people, because I remember hosting a radio thing and someone had brought their PR along and I was just having a bit of chit chat just to kind of relax the guests.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are a bit nervous because they're coming in to do their thing, but they're 6 minutes, and then you're so good at relaxing people. I know you know what it's like that. But then this PR was like staring in the window as if to go like, don't forget to mention our film. When are you going to mention our film? And I was like, well, if I just got them in and just was like, so your film's out on the 24th of September and it's about this and it's that.
The pressure from...
It would just be like no one would
They
care.
do have electric blinds at the Radio 2 studio, so you just...
like a bunker.
I'll be like... as they go down.
Yeah, do that.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But I think, just do it on your terms. I remember doing a thing... Sorry, I'm talking about all the things I've done.
No, I love it.
No, I didn't. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I did.
Okay, I wouldn't come around the M25 for a lot of people, Tom. I've done that today for you, babe.
Sarah, thank you. And I just drag people into my garden and regale them with my half anecdotes. But I remember being on a radio breakfast show and someone came in, the other guest came in, and they had like hair and makeup. And who followed them into the studio?
Oh yeah, no, we can't be out.
Oh no, thank you. And I was like trying to get in the door, and then like like.
Were you another guest, or were you hosting it?
I was
another
guest, and I was like, oh sorry. So I think I'm sat. I think I've got to sit there. Is that okay?
Can I come in?
Can I go to like 33 people lighting guy?
Oh God, that's
really.
what can get a bit intimidating.
A bit intimidating. Really.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh God. But,
Well, this is a problem. This is a problem.
This is what's the problem.
And another thing, because obviously when there's so many cameras now on the radio, which is great. It's great for the socials.
Great for the socials. Not great for picking your nose, though.
Exactly.
What else are you supposed to do during the songs?
And because back in the day at Radio 1, we had a webcam and it would take a picture once an hour. We'd have to go and pose like, And look at you. And look at you. We would never know if it had talked at like 1 minute past the hour or whatever.
It's on the web.
And people would be faxing in. We even had like a radio sort of game that was like Fletcher sketch, because our newsreader was Andrew Fletcher, and he could draw quite good. And people would do drawings and fax them into the radio. But now it's all the newfangled lights and the cameras and everything.
Or every angle.
Got to hold your belly in. You got to stick. Is it belly out, boobs in? I always get it the wrong way around. You got to do all that. And I run hot, so I'm like, I can't be keeping a blazer or a nice cardigan because I'll be too hot.
You'll be too hot in there.
I had a meeting with the big boss, and on my list of questions, bearing in mind we've got to launch a massive breakfast show, my first question was, the aircon. It doesn't reach me. And can we get some sort of pipe to sort of be just piped? Can we have the Arctic piping on me? So
everybody wants you to be comfortable.
Exactly, so I can keep on.
A wind machine.
Yeah, a wind machine.
Can't really hear this radio show. There's a lot of buzzing. Because they're always like, we can't have anything on because of the sound
people
picks it
will be
up.
getting their Alexas fixed, but it'll just be my big fan in the studio.
No, it'll be brilliant. It'll be brilliant. And when does it start?
It is starting, well, the date hasn't been released, so
fine, it's starting
at the moment
at
I'm
some
saying summer.
Summertime. What a great time. Great time to go to Ibiza.
Yeah. Should I try and sell that to him?
Yes, Ibiza on the beach.
The
or whatever.
return.
What were those programmes called? Was it Ibiza on the beach? Very like T4.
The ones where a
lot of people on people's shoulders screaming.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that at the Radio on Ibiza shows. We used mini discs, and all mine melted in the sun, so we had no music for the breakfast show. I mean, I was just Siggy on the go, like what? 2 hours sleep, it'd be fine. Vodka tonic, please. I mean, absolutely wild when I look back. And the whole bikini broadcasting, I was messaging with, I like how I drop names, but they're all radio DJs. I mean, these are all my, but Grimmy did for his first Ibiza show as the Radio 1 Breakfast Show host, he did it in a bikini and sort of recreated that.
In tribute.
That picture. It was a touching tribute.
Oh, how lovely. This podcast is brought to you by Alzheimer's Society, the UK's leading dementia charity. One of the things I've always loved about being out in nature or in the garden is the way these spaces can hold memories, how a particular flower, scent on the breeze, or a corner of the garden can suddenly remind you of someone special, much like the little vegetable patch I planted for my dad. Well, this June, Alzheimer's Society is inviting people across the country to take part in the Forget Me Not Appeal. Behind every Forget-Me-Not badge is a story. Someone might wear theirs for a mum who is living with dementia, a husband they've lost, or simply for a future where dementia no longer devastates lives. Because the reality is that 1 in 3 people born today will develop dementia. It affects families everywhere, which is why Alzheimer's Society is determined to beat it. Through life-changing support for people living with dementia today and groundbreaking research for tomorrow. So if you'd like to show your support this June, search Forget Me Not Appeal to donate today and get your badge. Wear it proudly, knowing that every badge, every donation, and every story shared helps bring us closer to beating dementia. Again, search Forget Me Not Appeal to donate today and get your badge. This episode is sponsored by the Woodland Trust. Now, I'm always happiest when I'm outside, whether I'm in the garden pottering about or wandering through a delicious wood somewhere. Now, it feels like the world has got so fast that it's just lovely, I think, to just take a moment to slow down and breathe, which is why I'm so delighted to be partnering with the Woodland Trust. They protect and care for over 1,000 woods all around the UK, and they're all free to visit. And what I love is that you can actually dedicate a tree, a bit of the woodland, or even a bench or a marker post in someone's name. And I think that's a great way to celebrate somebody. It can be for a birthday or an anniversary or anything you like. It's something rooted and real instead of a gift that might end up in a drawer. Dedicating is very simple. You just choose a wood on their interactive map, pick your area, add a personal message, and they'll send a dedication pack with a personalised certificate and a map. Every dedication directly supports the Woodland Trust's work, and I think that makes it even lovelier. If it sounds like your kind of thing, visit woodlandtrust.org.uk/pottering to start your dedication. That's woodlandtrust.org.uk/pottering. Full terms and conditions are on the Woodland Trust shop website. I'm delighted to be partnering with our friends at Crocus for this episode. Now, gardening has a funny way of giving us all slightly grand ambitions, doesn't it? One minute you're planting a few bulbs, the next you're imagining sweeping borders, perfectly placed trees, and people flocking from all over to marvel at your creation. But whether your garden is a grand project or simply a few pots outside the back door, having the right plants and the right advice makes all the difference. Crocus is the country's most trusted gardening brand, with over 50,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot. For over 20 years, they've worked with the country's leading garden designers to grow and build their projects, including their RHS Chelsea Flower Show gardens. So they really do know a thing or two about plants. They also have the country's largest selection of plants, trees, and shrubs, all grown on their nursery in Surrey. This means you can get access to the same beautiful plants used by the country's leading designers, along with all the tools, equipment, and kit you might need to bring your dream garden to life. They've even been voted Best Ethical Buy by the Good Shopping Guide and were the first nursery to receive the Plant Healthy seal of approval. And I must say, the idea that something in your own garden might one day feel a little bit Chelsea-worthy, well, that's rather lovely, isn't it? Crocus, helping you to make your beautiful possible. Why not give them a try? Visit www.crocus.co.uk and use the code TOM15 to enjoy 15% off full-priced plants and TOM10 to enjoy 10% off full-priced products. Talking of the summertime, what is coming out this summer is your fabulous new novel.
I whipped that out my handbag, didn't I, when I got here? The Truth of Us, it's called.
The Truth of Us. 20 years, different paths, and still the truth of us remains.
Yes.
I love the cover as well. I want to make sure that we get that.
It's quite a grown-up, cool cover.
Yeah.
The last couple of covers I didn't really like, but it's hard because when a publisher says, no, this is what you need, this is what works in tiny sort of thumbprint size when people are ordering books online, and you just sort of go, okay, this isn't my day job, so I don't know, okay. But I would never really, I loved the books, don't get me wrong, I worked really hard on the books, on every single word, as you know yourself,
as well,
now that you're
we've talked about it.
Novelist.
Well.
So I was like, oh, okay, and I was super proud of the books, but never mad on the covers. But now with this, it's my favourite.
So stylish.
It's quite grown up and
that
cool
lovely shade
looking.
of orangey red.
Yeah, it's nice. Yes, for people just listening.
Yes.
I'm really bad at describing.
Audio describing. Tom has picked up the book, and it's orangey red. And you can describe it.
And it's got, it's kind of got a little photo booth photos on of two women, and they that's the two characters, Christy and Abby, who are lifelong best friends, and they kind of fall in love a little. Wow. In fact, I did a great little bit of filming. I was with Claire yesterday from the pod, who's my best mate of 32 years. And I was like, hold me book up, I'm going to film you. I'd also bought some lacy socks, but that wasn't to promote anything. Although they were Marks and Spencer socks.
Oh, they'll be pleased to know. Love that.
Ding.
Love that.
And then she held up the book and she was like, and she doesn't know, and she's like, what's it about? And I'm like, well, it's about two best friends who fall in love. And she's like, oh. Don't worry,
what happens in the end?
That's exactly what she said.
And then they do what? Oh my God.
She was like, she made her excuses and left, as they used to say in the tabloids.
Well, I mean, I cannot wait to read it. I'm going on holiday next week, but don't rob my house. And
yeah, you're brave. I never say when I'm going on holiday.
There will be someone here. There's always someone here.
I always do that.
There's always someone.
Like, someone coming minding my 18 Rottweilers.
Yes, you can't. I wouldn't dream of leaving it unattended. But this is very wonderful. I'm going to take it with me because I loved throwing it.
Thrown.
Sorry.
I love throwing
I do this all the time. I'm so rubbish.
That's my favorite. Is that indicative?
I literally was looking at it on the shelf.
Is that what you did to it when you were sent it by the post?
Throwing it. No,
I'm throwing it. I ain't reading that shit.
Sorry. I had to interview. You must have done these things. So we do like red carpets. And things like the BAFTA Television Awards. And Stacey Solomon came up. That. Yeah, and you have to ask so many people about different things.
Yeah.
Stacey Solomon came up last. And I was like, your show about, how clean is your house? Like, no, that's not what it's called. What is it called?
Is it called Sort Your Life Out?
Yeah, it's called Sort Your Life.
Because we've played Trails with what were you? It's called Sort It Out.
Sort It Out.
Get a life.
Get a life. And I think at one point I said, I'm sorry, what is it called? She was like, it's called Sort
They
Your
are
Life
intense, those things. Even people you know really well. I did it at the back as well. It was blazing sunshine.
Yes.
And it's always so early, isn't it? It's like the middle of the afternoon.
Yes.
You have to do a big red carpet run, and then they get herded towards you.
Oh.
And even when it's really famous people, you just be like, oh God, they're going to be wanting a question.
Yeah.
It's Anton Deck.
Yeah,
what do you say to them? I just still live in Chiswick. You just panic. You don't know what to say. That's my only fact about Anton Deck is that they both
still live next door to each other or something.
Like my friend bought a house in Chiswick recently, and I was just like, have you seen Anton Deck? It's just like my go-to.
Yeah. Well, those are the things we remember. But also when you have like 50 people to interview, like what are you supposed to cling to? Like, what the flight to Australia? Interesting. Anyway, sorry, we've got to move on.
And then they get dashed off. It's so bad.
Anyway, they haven't asked me to do it this year, so I wonder why.
I think they're just, they're having a rethink. They just changed direction.
They just changed direction. They just changed direction. That's what I've told myself.
I've had that happen to me a few times.
We all have.
Yeah.
We all have.
When it goes quiet.
Yeah, no.
When the job goes quiet, there's nothing worse. Have you heard anything back? Because we should be starting filming in 3 days if I've got the gig.
I'm here, and no one's here, so we're not.
I just came anyway.
I just
when we filmed last year.
Everyone said it was great. No. We've all been there, and that's again the reality of it. Is like a bit like we were saying earlier.
Yes.
People assume we're always confident. People assume but actually we have the same insecurities anybody would have.
Well, Sir Terry Wogan said introverted egomaniacs.
Right.
To describe a lot of sort of DJs or radio sort of showbiz people. I don't know if I'm an egomaniac. I think I'm an introverted show-off.
Yeah, an introverted extrovert. I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, that's a neater way of saying it. You can tell you've written a novel. When's this go out? When's your book out? Oh no, then. Do you want to test me on the title? Because I've forgotten.
So what's my book called?
It's something
you
on
sent me a lovely text about it.
About
something about the quiet.
The quiet area. It's not. It's the ones you have
write
to.
Quiet area.
The business of your neighbours. What's it
business
called?
of your neighbours. That would be a good name as well. Another tagline.
I can't remember.
Brackets as like when a song is like known as the chorus and it's called something else.
Duran Duran. Spandau are always at you. I've never heard this Spandau song.
It's gold.
Yeah. Go on. What's it called?
My book. Oh, sorry, Common Decency. I thought you were just on this one, Common Decency. But don't you worry. Don't you worry. I think it's called Common Decency.
Yeah.
But then there was a time when I'd forgotten I'd called it that. And of course, you don't really mention the name of the book in a book. So people were like, and of course, we've got to talk about common decency. And I just thought they were talking
in
generally.
general.
I was like, yes, of course. Yes. Okay. And I was, yes, the book. The book. But the experience of writing these books is so lovely. And I know we talked about it, like how intense it is and how, to afford ourselves the space to write it and to disappear into the world of the characters. But I mean, this was a broad question. How did you find the writing experience? Did you enjoy? Because this is your third, isn't it?
Yeah. So I did a memoir first, and then this is my third fiction, my third novel. I find it like really satisfying and interesting and invigorating and like hellish at the same time. And also, I feel like it's. When you're writing, you're constantly aware that you've got to be writing, and when you're doing something that isn't writing, going to the loo in your Crocs, whatever you're doing.
How dare you?
The bell again.
I love
the bell, the Crocs bell. Whatever you're doing that isn't writing, you're really aware that you could be writing. So it's but it is. it is a brilliant. It's just
Again, that's the siren that's found out that you didn't write.
And there are a lot of criminals in this leafy corner of Kent.
Honestly, people think it's really very quiet, serene here. It's the ghetto.
Does this wall back onto like some sort of borstal or something? Like,
over this wall, it's. I tell you, it's an absolute free for all. It's like Shameless. Yes, but try not to worry about it. It's just another drugs bust or something. I suppose. Some sort of. Worry about it.
But yeah, I mean, I love doing it. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I mean, that's what I say to people. It's hard work. It doesn't. I mean, there are days when it does feel really free and really. I found anyway.
Yeah, when the ideas come, it's great. You're just making stuff up.
Yeah,
it's great.
And no one can be like, no, what are you doing? You go like, yes, and then they go over there.
And then create these characters, and you can cherry pick from people that you know, and you can just give them little quirks, and you can use, your own little experiences in life and give them a bit of a remix and put them in there.
And get your own back at people who've been mean to you. Yeah, that's what I do.
Absolutely. I do. I'm going to read it again a bit differently. I'll read Common Decency.
Yes. It's got a question mark at the end. So that's
Common Decency?
Common Decency. And I should say this is called The Truth of Us. So I've actually said that, I know that the book promo, because actually we have the same publishers and we have the same.
Yes.
So, but they're lovely people. Well, as all book publishers are, they're very keen to get the name of the book out there.
Yeah.
But you can get this on pre-order.
Yes, so you can. It's out in July, but you can order it now for sure.
The Truth of Us by Sara Cox. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really. I think. Well, it better be the best one yet, because you hope that you get better. As you write more, you'd think, hey, hopefully. But I think it is.
Well, as well,
there's a bit of Ibiza in there. It's a bit.
I was going to say.
It's a bit of the first edit. My lovely editor Hannah had to be like, you're going to have to take out some of the partying and the sex. And I was like, really? And then when I went back through it, I was like, oh my God, what was happening to me that day? It was absolutely wild. I was blushing reading it back. I was like, yeah, she's right. Delete. Calm down.
In my first book, my editor phoned me up and said, I don't know what this word is. It's bukkake. And I was like, I mean, not that was something that I was writing about as an experience, but I was writing about...
What is bukkake?
Don't worry, Sarah. Don't.
I really know the word.
Definitely don't say it on BBC Radio.
I immediately went to a board game, but it's not, is it? Could it be part of a board game?
It's one of those like silly words, silly acts that become like notorious. But I don't know if it's a real thing.
Is it a sex?
It's clearly a sex thing. It's a sex thing.
It's like a. What was the one that people used to talk about all the time? Was it a rusty trombone? And I think I remember. I've not thought of that for years. I haven't
thought about that for a long time.
I was getting mixed up with is it koalakwal? That's that is a bird's bum hole, because they're weeing their. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of scat stuff.
Please,
they're weeing their poo comes out the same place. That's why it's so liquidy. They wee and poo at the same time.
It's efficient.
Through one place. Yeah, and it's called something great like a koalakwal or something.
A koalakwal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know that. I must mention, actually, have you ever heard Three Bean Salad? Brilliant podcast. Mike Wozniak and Henry Packer and Benjamin Partridge.
Oh, I love
them. I don't know them. They're not mates or anything. Oh, you love them. But I love them.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you talk about a lot of pods on this pod, but I think you share the pod love.
Yeah.
And they're really funny and whimsical and hilarious. And they started a few years back, and I'm like their #1 fans. And then I shared it with Greg James, and then Greg James came to their live show with me. And now he's coming to Mike Wozniak's stand-up at the Palladium.
Mike's so funny.
Who's lovely.
Oh, so lovely.
Me and Greg just have this weird, with just this 2-person radio fan club of the Three Bean Salad. But they don't just talk about koalakwals. I don't know why I'm doing the hand.
Yeah, well, it's a visual. It's nice. For those listening. Sarah has just demonstrated what she thinks a bird's bumhole is like.
As it twitches.
As it twitches, which is why people who follow birds are called twitchers.
Yes.
Yes, it makes sense now.
We're like the new Susie Dent with the word.
Basically QI over here. Sandy Toxic. And the rusty trombone.
I've forgotten what it is now. I'm thinking of the word beginning with B that you've said. I've now already forgotten it.
Maybe
so
best
don't
that you forget it in case you start talking about this new board game on your first Radio 2 breakfast show. So, where were we? Oh, yeah, the book.
Yes. Although, actually, I wasn't even coming to promote anything. I was just coming to see your garden because I really like you.
Well, and I really like
creepy,
you as well. No. We love creepy things. Look at this ivy.
Am I out creeping the ivy today?
On a par. No, not at all.
You're like, oh my God, I've let a fan into my house.
God, now she knows where I live.
Although I pulled up, we won't give away the exact place where you live, but it was a graveyard. I was
Well, the sat-nav takes people to a garage around the corner.
Yeah, there's a deserted garage opposite a graveyard. I was like, this is quite murdery. It's not giving the Tom Allen I know and love off TV.
Yeah, you text me, I'm sorry, I'm not recording my podcast today. What are you talking about? No, there would be another novel.
You know, I nearly came the other week. I'd put it in for the wrong day.
Yeah.
Imagine if I'd have turned up.
We would have welcomed you in. Oh, anytime. You know where we are.
Thanks,
now. That's
babe.
sort of,
yeah, I'll just pop round.
But that's so wonderful. Well, I love the way it's this book. Sorry, going back to the book after all the chat is the way it seems to go from like moment to moment through their friendship. Is that fair?
Yes.
It flashes in. I love books like that.
So we go back and forth through time. So we go through sort of the 80s and 90s, and we
love
have a little bit. We have sort of family. I try and sort of timestamp it a little bit. There's a few Friday night dinners in there because Abby's Jewish, her parents are Jewish, and my husband's Jewish. So I'm sort of Jewish-ish, is what I call myself, by osmosis, is that the right word? And so, there's a few Friday night dinners in there. There's Christmases in there. There's, and I try and sort of, Halloween randomly. I sort of try and timestamp it with lots of different bits of the year. And we go back and forth. There's some Ibiza, and there's some TV behind the scenes stuff, which was great to write actually. And a brilliant woman called Emma Morris, who's like the big boss at BBC, sort of on BBC Daytime and stuff. She does like Morning Live, and she started on she did like the One Show, and so she's really cool. She's a lovely boss, and she's really like super supportive of women in telly. She's great, and she gave me sort of all the insight because I know what a TV gallery looks like. But I've never been in, because I'm usually in the studio.
They don't want us in there either.
Yeah, they don't want us in there. Getting under everybody's feet, and everybody has to be nice to us. Oh, hi, Tom. Hi, we're busy.
I did that once. I popped in, and they all turned around and they're like, you're right.
It's a real colliding of worlds, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the light of the studio to the dark of the gallery.
Say that again.
But she was like, there'll be this person and that person in there,
Oh, that's good.
So it was good. It was good writing all that stuff.
People like to know about that sort of thing. And I think it's nice to have that research thing, because whenever I see something like that in a film or something, I'm always like, it's not like that. It's not like that, the way that like...
I thought I really wanted, if anyone reads it who has been in a gallery, I want it to all be, to work right. There's also a great sort of slightly swarthy TV presenter in there. It's got a pinch of Richard Madeley, a dab of you, a spoonful of Gethin.
Oh, yes.
My lovely, Welsh brother from another mother. And, because he does a warm-up before, like a vocal warm-up, and Gethin does that before Morning Live.
Does he?
Yeah, he mentions like 3 sort of Welsh places.
Well, that's a good way to
in a
warm
big
up.
kind of way. And I'm always like, will you stop? I always think he does it to wind me up. Be like on live in like 6 seconds, and Gethin's like, so funny. So,
he's a lovely energy as well, isn't he?
He's such. So when I did Children Need Challenge, he turned up on the Wednesday, and the Tuesday night I hadn't slept, and I was like, oh my God, I've got another marathon to run tomorrow, and I'm wide awake at 3 a.m. It was awful. And on the Wednesday, he was like my surprise guest to run with me, and like because of him, I've managed to finish that day and finish at a decent time. And he just ran next to me, and I was like, I put my music on. And like, because I know him really well, I was like...
What song? I hope you weren't playing that. Strut That Pussy.
What, that pussy?
Was it Strut That Pussy? You know what
I thought you said strike.
Strike that pussy. Strike that pussy.
I did have. Although there was a lot of backbone, a lot of storms.
But you want something
a mum hobbling through the north of England, nearly crying and listening to storms.
But you need
but Gethin, I just went, say thank you to everyone, because there was loads of people lying in the streets, but I just had to power through, so I put my music on, and I could hear Gethin just going to people. Lovely dog you've got there. She's just listening to her music. Well, thanks for coming out. It was so cute, and he just, because he just ran alongside you. It's a really good mate.
We haven't even mentioned that Children in Need run you did. I mean, that was extraordinary.
Yeah, it was mad, wasn't it? They just telling me that. They just told me that I'd be able to do it, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, but they love to do things like that, don't they? You're like, it'd be great.
And they were like, it'll be hard, but you'll do it. So I just believed them. I was like, okay.
It's confidence for you, yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, it was beautiful little snowfall of petals there,
a little bit of
wasn't
blossom
it?
that cascaded over us there.
It was like baby Jesus sent that just to say thank you again for helping the children. Isn't that lovely? I don't want to get, you know what I mean, full of myself. But I think that's what that was. That was from on high.
I think that was good. We've not seen a cascade of blossom like that before.
Really?
Yeah. So it must be for you.
Didn't Phil Wang just get lots of wind?
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
The gods were not happy with Wang.
Exactly. Louise Beckett was basically, we were both soaked to the skin.
Oh,
so,
no, really?
Yeah, so, it's not always...
That's so good.
The sun always shines on the righteous, Sarah. There's the bum hole.
And the birds go Mind your coagule.
Please, close your coagule. I'm trying to do a podcast.
So I mean, it was amazing.
But
obviously, people donated and supported, and it was incredible.
Incredible.
People were very, very generous.
Back in November, I can't believe how quickly that's gone.
I know, it's mad. It's only just sinking in, really. I think it was actually one of the most astonishing things of my entire life. I think when I'm in the home for sort of discombobulated DJs next to Dermot O'Leary, both in a tartan blanket. I think that'll be one of the memories that'll bubble to the surface. It was like I was so lucky to be asked. I didn't feel lucky in the moment. I was like, why have they made me do this? Yeah. But looking back on it now, I'm like, what an astonishing thing to be able to do. It was incredible. Wow. So much support and so much love for it. It was brilliant. It was so
Well, you did
amazing.
an incredible thing. I think everyone was very inspired by it. I mean, not inspired to start running.
I was going to say, were you?
Not stupid.
You're not mad, are you?
But I haven't got the knees. It hurts my knees. I
said that, babe. It's nonsense. You just need to do some strength training on those
quads. Is that what it is?
I even got a knee scan before,
Oh.
I was like, well, it's nice of you to ask, but I'll need this right knee scanning because I run about 4 or 5 miles and it starts really hurting. So I think the answer's going to be no, but on medical condition.
Yeah.
And I got the knee scan and the guy was like, yeah, no, you're fine. It's you can definitely do this. I was like, sorry, what? No. I like getting out £50. What did you say again? Like, no, you can definitely do it. It's like, damn.
That's
so
interesting.
You just have to build up your quads and your ankles and so everything. So it supports.
I probably should wear the proper shoes as well.
Wear the shoes. You can't be running around in your apple green Crocs.
Maybe a nice brogue.
Yeah, maybe a brogue.
Maybe I get a running brogue.
Please launch a range of running brogues. That'd be so.
I'd do that.
You can't be like, just do it. You'd have to be like, you'd have to come up with a new phrase, a sort of remix of
not just do it.
Maybe try it.
Maybe.
Give it a go with Tom.
You tried your best. Yeah. Stop now. Something like that.
Please stop.
Please stop would be mine. Please stop. Yeah. So, I'll build up to that maybe. I always think I've got is it housemaid's knee it's called?
What have you been doing? You're scrubbing your fancy front
steps. Yes, and I do try and keep that clean. I hope you noticed.
I noticed on the way in, actually. I could see my face in it.
Well, as soon as I buff the brass, someone comes and bloody well stands on it. All the time. Anybody, and people just walk up and stamp on it.
Do you mind?
Do you mind? I've just got the brasso out.
You leap over.
Yeah, can you? You've no idea. I can't do a marathon because of my knees, because of that step. But okay, so this is out. That's great.
Thanks so much.
No, thank you.
I mean, I brought it to you so you could have a copy.
I'm looking forward to reading it next week because I love to throw it out. No, thrown. I love thrown.
Throw it out.
Throw it in the bin. Is that what it's called? No, thrown. And I love that because what I loved about that was
there was way back as well. That was
yes, it was one before that.
Way back.
Oh, was that Throne was first?
Throne was first.
And then way back.
And then way back about a woman returning to her farming roots.
Which Again, I mean, because of course you grew
How
up on a
did you come up with that idea?
Wild
Farmer's
ideas.
daughter, Sarah.
But
And I was saying to my husband, she's happily divorced, this woman. They get on fine. And he's like, what? Don't worry, babe.
But you, of course, I mean, I've loved all the things you do when you talk about your farming background.
Oh, yes.
And, the farmer wants a wife.
Is
that what it's called?
I Love in the Countryside.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And
I think that was a Channel 5 one. The Farmer Wants a Wife. It's a great name, that, actually. Or it might have been... Yeah, maybe that was in a different territory, Farmer Wants a Wife. Same.
Same, marrying.
They're doing a new one now, I saw. I liked it in a passive-aggressive way, but I'd have no time to do that anyway, but I was still like,
Yeah, hope it goes really well.
Yeah, good luck with it.
Yeah.
It is Lisa, Jeremy Clarkson's missus, is doing it off of Clarkson's farm. Lisa, I think she's Dublin, maybe. She's definitely Irish. And she actually seems really sorted, so I was like... Good luck.
Good luck. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah.
Full stop. But I whenever you've done anything that's sort of, I don't know, you love your horses.
Yeah.
But that kind of, the way you bring your farming background to the
Yeah,
fore,
it was
it's
lovely. It was really nice. Love in the Countryside was a brilliant, like people still comment about it. There was, it was cute. And you'd be chatting to some farmer asking them about their dating history. And this one time I was wearing quite an ornate, sort of silky kind of scarf. I've been in the business a while now. I can treat myself to nice things, Tom. Yeah. And it was getting tighter and tighter around my neck. And I looked down and a little dairy calf was slowly ingesting my scarf. And it was quite a long affair.
Like Isadora Duncan.
Yes, exactly. What a way to go. And I had to get it out, but it was literally like a magician's handkerchief pulling it out of this little calf. Like it had taken about a metre and a half of the scarf, and it was like pulling it out. And he was like,
But that's the countryside, isn't
sweet.
it?
That's the countryside.
That's the countryside for you.
Don't wear a silk scarf.
Don't wear. Yes, exactly. That'll teach you for wearing.
But yeah.
Wearing what is it? Crinoline?
Yes.
No, not crinoline. What's taffeta.
Yes.
In the countryside.
Me, my taffeta number.
Oh, there's your helicopter
Yes,
arriving.
yes.
I know. I know. Things change for you now. Breakfast show and everything.
The chopper's
The
here.
chopper's here. Got a dash.
Can't afford to land it. That's the problem with BBC cutbacks. They just sort of let down one of those rope ladders. And I'll just have to...
Like Annika Rice when she did Treasure Hunt.
Yes, I always think it's called Stop the Clock, but that's what she used to shout.
And I still shout that, and people go, "What? Let's stop the clock!" And people go, "What? Challenge Annika? Not Challenge Treasure Hunt. That would be a great
Treasure Hunt.
But they had a helicopter just nipping around.
Yeah,
that was the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the close-ups on her bum, very much of its time.
Very much. Yeah,
her in a jumpsuit.
And then the people in the map room, that was always quite boring as well.
Oh yeah, when you were a kid watching that, like, it's the map room.
Yes,
Who cares?
I always thought that. Yeah, like get back in the helicopter, get something off a
There's some
tree.
old guy stood there like, it's saying it's the A4169. And we don't care.
Shut up.
The helicopter. Want to see a bum again. It was great.
Great times. Well, great times. Great times. Oh, it's gone. Sorry, the helicopter's gone. One thing I haven't asked you is the key format point of the whole whole podcast, which
is that why I was there? Just one thing here.
Alfie's even come out to remind me. My question is always about what's your first memory of a garden?
Oh, that's nice. Gosh. My first memory of a garden, let's see. It must have been on my dad's farm.
Yeah, great. Okay. So sorry. Yeah.
On my dad's farm, it would have been. Well, actually, I'm not going to say my dad's farm because I don't think I've got memories of the farm, but not of the garden. Wasn't a big thing. But when we left the farm, my parents divorced. #harrowing. When I was like 6 or 7, and we moved like literally like 5 minutes away in this little council house, and in the back garden they had a rockery. And remember, rockeries were huge in the 80s. People just put painted rocks in their back garden. It was so weird. And there we had a birthday party for my sister's 10th birthday, so I must have been sort of 6-ish. And we did a dance. Me and my 2 sisters, we made up a dance to White Lines, which is about cocaine and crack and meth and stuff. But we didn't know that.
80s, wasn't
Going through your mind, the more I see, the more I do, or whatever. We're like, White Lines. Don't do it. We were like, woo. And so, that was out in the back garden. Must have been a lovely balmy August, because their birthday's 9th of August.
That lovely time.
So Yvonne's birthday, me and my other sister Dot, we were all like doing so that's probably my first sort of garden.
That lovely sort of special energy when things are taken outside into the garden, which I think maybe in warmer climes it's quite normal, but I think in this country it's such a rare treat.
When you'd get to go on the playing fields at school and have an outdoor lesson.
Do you remember that? Oh my goodness.
It was just mind-blowing, wasn't it? Like, there's a sky there, not a classroom ceiling. Like, it was just like, wow!
Yeah, our head teacher used to go out onto the grass, like at the end of spring, like this sort of time of year, to see if the grass was dry enough to play on. And he would give her like thumbs up, very, very Pontius Pilate or Julius Caesar.
Release the children!
And then if we went like that, because the field felt like it was like miles.
It's like when my dad lets the cows out, they all go running out, hop, skipping, and jumping when they've been in all winter. But was it like that for you kids? You were all like mounting each other and shitting everywhere.
Oh, it's a wonderful time. Lovely memories.
That's a really emotional moment to
end on. That's really beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I brought you a little gift here.
Oh, wow.
And I hope you like it. Now, it's sort of
even
based
wrapped. I thought it was just a sort of one of your, you were like, dip. One of
these. This twig.
I got you this time.
Oh, thank you.
No, this was a thing, yes. That's beautiful.
Strawberry that keeps coming back. There's no drainage in that.
You're so good at all this.
No,
I'm really into it.
Oh no, Eamon moves it all around here. Oh, what do you mean? Oh no, I do grow. Yes,
you do some of that.
Now, based on the fact that you love talking about what time do you have to go to bed, this lily is called After 8 because you won't see After 8 anymore.
Very nice. That is beautiful. I'll think of
After 8. And also here's some coffee, which I know you'll enjoy for the mornings.
I do.
You must have to get up so early.
I did.
So early in the morning.
What time do you get
up?
Peeking through this.
But as we know now, you just sleep in your car.
What was he called? That lovely David Bellamy.
That
was one for the older viewers.
Somebody I reference and people go.
Eamon's face is so blank right now.
Mind. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to get that on my face.
Oh, don't get...
I'm going to a dinner later. Can you imagine? They'd be like, she's come down with dengue fever, poor woman.
And if you've got cats, I think they're poisonous. But you know,
I've got 3 cats.
Okay, maybe put it on a high shelf or in a different room. But enjoy the coffee anyway.
Thank you for my coffee and my
thing.
What are they, lilies?
Yeah, probably.
They're
no, they are. After 8 lilies. They've got a nice
After 8 lilies. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, they've come out quite quickly actually.
Gosh, that pollen's going to.
Oh yeah, that could really stain a work surface. I hope
I don't forget that when I go.
Yeah. Well,
I hope I don't leave it on your polished doorstep.
Oh yeah,
no,
imagine. Like, she really didn't like it, did she? She really didn't like it. But Sara Cox, thank you so much for joining me here to Potter in the Garden. It's been an absolute treat. And The Truth of Us, your new novel, is out in July.
Thank you so much.
And people can pre-order and do pre-order it now because that's a great way to have it ready to go, ready for summer holidays.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tom.
Sara Cox, and we can't wait for the new breakfast show. So congratulations.
Thank you. Can't wait.
Thank you so much. And that is the end.
You wound down there. You've got a 50p for Tom, please. He's wound down.